that a Packers koozie?
That's just how it started. But anyways, hello. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the 7th episode of the Three Cone Pod. I'm Riley, here back with my fellow co-hosts, Matt and Brett. What's up, fellas?
Notice how he didn't say friends.
Thought we were brothers.
I don't know what we are.
Riley's got a lot of brothers.
Is that because he's Catholic?
I don't even know what that means. I have one brother, yeah.
Hmm?
This is probably the weirdest start I think we've had.
Wait, hold on a second, real quick. So whoever took my gambling advice for this last week, you're welcome.
What was your gambling advice? I don't even
Penn
remember.
State, Penn State plus 6.5, guaranteed cover.
Oh.
Saquon Barkley is the truth, though. I will say that.
You know who's not the truth? The Penn State offensive line.
True.
I thought we were going to say Johnny Manziel.
Hey,
No, he's the truth.
watch
He
your
is the
tongue.
truth in 2015 Madden.
And in doing coke.
Half of my favorite 2015 Madden offense is back. That's all I care about.
Yeah, we'll get to that here in a second.
Yeah, don't bury the lead, Brett. God.
Jeez.
I'll bury something. Let's go. Riley, take us away.
Riley's going to take us away. So I guess we'll go ahead and jump into
Hold on. I like to defend myself real quick. I don't
Okay.
sound like a gnome, like a guard. You just made me sound. Whenever you imitate me, it's either like a really high
Imitate?
gnome voice, or you make me sound like I'm from Brooklyn just because I'm from New York.
Whenever I when I imitate you. What did you say?
I hate you so much. I'm leaving mid pod.
Do it. Our ratings would go up.
He's
so
not going to
much.
rejoin, so
He can barely even join.
Because Riley's got all right. We got to get into this stuff, but real quick, Riley's got Walmart connection. Like he's got the kind of connection that like North Korea has, like just their normal citizens. That's Riley's dorm connection.
Hey, Matt never has an issue joining.
it's that great
told you.
Wi-Fi.
It's like Call of Duty, like where you can't join that one person and we have to migrate hosts. That's what we have to do every week.
Did you say Call of Booty?
That was stupid. Moving on.
You're dumb.
Moving
All right,
on.
moving on.
The
So I guess
football-related topics.
Yeah. Back to stuff that makes kind of sense, somewhat sense. We're just going to kind of talk about all the trades that happened at the deadline a couple days ago. Talk about who got moved, what for. Yeah, but when they hear it, it'll be a couple days ago.
That's true.
That is true. So yeah, you guys want to jump right into it?
Yeah, let's talk about that big Marcel Darius trade.
Yeah, Marcel Darius for a 6th round pick.
Jeez.
Get him out of Buffalo. He's a lazy, fat sack of trash, and I'm so glad he's gone.
No, you're not.
You just stereotyped most nose tackles.
He's a 3 technique.
He's trash. He is literal garbage.
Coming from a Bills fan. So are
Yeah.
you really excited about that 2018 6th?
I'm really excited about the cap space we have now. His
That's
contract
true.
was
That's a good
awful.
point. That's a
Doug
good
Whaley
point.
was trash. Doug Whaley was absolute trash at making contracts. Decent talent evaluator, but trash at contracts. And he gave Darius one of the worst contracts he could have ever given a team just because of we had no outs for like 3 years. I'm surprised somebody traded for him.
Didn't he draft the entire Florida State draft class?
No, that was
I believe-
Clemson. No, it was Clemson.
I thought he took the whole Florida State because he had Nick O'Leary, Ronald Darby.
We
and
did take a lot.
um,
And who's the running back?
who's why am I?
Jonathan Williams.
I'm
No.
blanking.
Not Jonathan Williams.
I don't know. I'm
Something
with you.
Williams.
I'm blanking on it right now.
Who's the running back from Florida State? Like during Winston's year.
Devonta Freeman?
Nah, he was 20. I don't even know.
Anyways, moving on.
I'm blanking right now.
Whatever. He blew up for like a year and was fine. But no, seriously. I mean, I don't know if it does anything for the Eagles D, which is the only way
He
I
went to
could
the
possibly.
Jaguars.
Eagles,
Or
Jags,
Jaguars,
bud.
my
There
bad.
we go.
I was thinking of when we traded Darby because you got me talking about Florida State and us trading away players. Trading him to the Jaguars probably improves their defense, but that's the only way it could affect fantasy. In the long term, I think it just affects the Bills' ability to go out and get players this offseason to put around. I think they're going to spend in free agency for probably upgrade the offensive line.
And you know what Buffalo needs? Buffalo needs. They need like 2 or 3 more fullbacks.
We converted Tolbert to a running back, so we're good.
2 more fullbacks, 3 more slot receivers, and 2 more corners who can't play.
Our corners are. Oh my god!
Their corners are actually good.
I know. I'm joking. They traded Ronald Darby, so that's what I was stabbing
I
at.
don't care. He's a tub of goo. Just
That's
kidding.
That's what I said. Invest high draft capital in people who can't play.
He
But,
wasn't.
They hit on White. They hit on White.
In all seriousness, Brett, do you think Buffalo signs a quarterback in free agency?
I thought so at the beginning of the year. At the beginning of the year, I was all in. I was like, hey, 2 draft picks. Let's draft one. Now, I'm not so sure. Tyrod's been playing well. He's been playing to his strengths. He moves well in the pocket. No, what I'm saying is I don't think they go after one because they can produce with what they have. I think they might use a draft pick on one, but I don't think they're going to go out and go after Kirk Cousins or somebody.
When has Tyrod really never played well, though? It just seems like the last regimen didn't like him.
That's what it feels like. I mean,
it's regime, by the way.
Whatever. What did I say?
Regiment.
Brett, you just said instead of imitate, you said inimitate. So shut the hell up.
No, you just have Walmart connection and it lagged.
No, you said it. Whatever you said, it was not imitate.
I said
whatever.
You
Okay,
said
so
intimate.
I digress.
No, thanks, Stephen A. Smith. I digress.
He did really struggle throwing over the middle of the field and taking chances last year and the year before. He's better at it now than he was, but I mean he's a small QB. Like that's not what his strengths are going to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I gotcha. I was just curious, from a Bills fan, kind of that perspective.
I'm not necessarily high on him. Like I don't love Tyrod, but I would much rather have Tyrod and save the money than try to go out in free agency and like pay what Kirk is gonna want. You know what I mean?
I think Tyrod's fine. Like if you want to put it in a simpler scenario, I mean, obviously you'd rather have $10 than $6, but you're not going to throw away the 6 you have, for a chance you get a $1 or $2, which likely you're going to.
The only thing is that they do have an out this year. So we'll see what happens.
I don't know. I hope they keep surrounding them with weapons, and we'll kind of get to that here in a second. But I guess let's just jump into the first major trade that happened, and it happened Monday night. Jimmy Garoppolo dealt to the 49ers in exchange for their second-round pick in 2018.
Which is basically a first-round pick because it's
which will be
32.
Yeah,
or 32 or 33 or 34.
Yeah, it'll be a top 5.
Is it their first or one of the or their second or one of the seconds they got?
It was
the
their
Niners
second.
Okay.
It was their second. So first off, do we think he plays this year? Because Shanahan said today in a press conference that he's not going to play, but I think he's going to play.
He said he can't guarantee he'll play this year.
It'll be
it won't be. That's a press conference answer.
It won't be until after their bye week, but he'll play this year.
Yeah, well, I mean, what are you going to do? Just play Beathard for the rest of the year and just suck the rest of the year?
Not a chance.
Maybe he really wants Saquon Barkley.
I'd be shocked if they took Barkley.
I mean, I'd be shocked too.
I wouldn't anymore. You know why? Because Breida is like, Jonathan Williams was on IR and was in the doghouse all preseason. Hyde can walk. And
I don't even think Jonathan Williams. They cut him, dude.
It's Joe Williams, by the way.
Joe Williams, whatever. There's too many Williams in this league.
Yes, there's a lot of Williams in this world. But moving on.
Okay, so the crazy stat I was looking at today is how much capital they can use to surround him with weapons. I didn't realize between last year's rollover capital and the cap increase from this year, it's like $100 million or something like that. That's ridiculous. I know they have to pay him, which they're going to do because his contract is up anyways. But I think they're going to go out and get wide receivers. And here's why I think they might draft Barkley. They can go out and buy wide receivers, but how many good running backs are going to hit the market this year besides Le'Veon Bell? And I don't know if Bell is the type of runner that Shanahan likes in his system.
Oh, Brett, it was Carlos Williams.
It was Carlos Williams.
It was Carlos. That's what I was. I was like, it's not Jonathan.
Another Williams.
He's on the roster right now, but okay.
Yeah,
but,
we're good now.
Do you agree with that, or like, do you think that?
I mean, maybe, but he's up there at defense still too.
If San Francisco is smart, and if they end up, say, with the second pick, let somebody else trade up for Barkley, and then just get a load. Move back to like 9, 10, 11 in that range, and then pick up a second next year and maybe a third this year. You don't need to draft him because, I mean, you have Hyde if they choose to stick with him. And then it's in the past, you've seen that Shanahan can do a lot with those third and fourth round running backs. He can utilize them and use their strengths well without having to spend a lot of capital on them.
He also can get one of those later.
You're not getting a Saquon Barkley in the third or fourth round.
No. I'm saying you can get a running back that can complement his system later. I do agree with that.
I mean, the Chiefs got Kareem Hunt in the third round.
Fair enough.
So, I mean, like, you can get David Johnson went in the third round in 2015.
Yeah, we got it. Tom Brady went in the sixth round. I get it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying you don't have to spend.
Trent Richardson went number 3 overall. Were you going to say that too?
Sure.
Are you guys buying Garoppolo though?
I don't know.
Probably not. I think your opportunity already passed.
Yeah, like I sold him back in May during a rookie draft. I got Brett Hundley in a second, and that second turned into Chris Godwin. So basically Hundley and Godwin for Garoppolo, which now doesn't look as great. But I mean, I was happy with it at the time, and I still don't hate it.
What would you give for him right now?
In a regular league or Superflex?
What do you think his value is and what do you think you would be willing to give up?
I'm just assuming Superflex because I play in one quarterback league, and then it's like the lowest of my.
That's all.
I love
Superflex. One Superflex league.
I love Superflex.
We got a good variation then because I only play in one Superflex. I love the other way.
I think in Superflex his value's got to be a first. I don't think you're going to get him for a second.
I think you can probably get him for an early second.
I'd be shocked if you could.
I'd be really.
I think about it as a 12-team league, not a 14-team league.
Yeah, and I'd still be shocked if you could.
I bet I can get him for a second round pick in most leagues.
In a 12-team, PPR non-Superflex league right now, I'd be happy to get him with a mid-second because with a mid-second, that's usually where I target a QB.
In a one quarterback league, I wouldn't. I don't know. I think his price drops a lot then.
I think he's better. I think he's way better than any of the QBs coming out.
Do we know that for sure?
I mean, I know it's limited production, but he's produced.
Yeah, I mean, he's produced, but all I'm saying is just in a one quarterback league, you don't have to give crap for quarterbacks.
No, he's probably he's on the waiver wire. You just pick him up for free. No one knows Jimmy Garoppolo in a one quarterback league.
I mean, like in the one quarterback league, Brett, you and I are in together. Flacco, Bradford, all those guys are on waivers. Kaiser's on waivers. I mean, it's dynasty. It's not redraft. So, I mean, that says something.
I'm going to be completely honest. I haven't checked that league since it started.
I know. You're like 3-5. It's cool. But you did lose. You lost DJ and Odell. You kind of got screwed.
It's no money. I lost all my players, and I don't have fun in leagues where nobody does anything.
When you don't have fun in leagues where your team sucks?
No, I don't have fun in leagues where I have to be censored.
Oh, that's true. That's another story for another day.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Matt, back to your point, like, I think his value's a first. Everybody's going to be really excited. They're going to be seeing stars. And
great. Then I'll wait 3 weeks till he doesn't play still, and I'll buy him later.
Are you talking give him a first, or you would take a first for him?
Oh, I'd take a first in a heartbeat. That's an instant.
I'd take a first in a heartbeat.
Okay. I didn't know.
Would you pay a first?
What you would.
I wouldn't pay a first, no. But
Okay.
I think
But
I
that's what he
think
was
that's what
asking.
you I think that's what you'd have to get to give him or to get him. That's what you'd have to give.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I'm selling if I have him, but I'm not actively buying.
I feel.
So we'll kind of bounce to the next one. This one was kind of the shocker to me. I did not see this
really.
coming.
I mean, the writing was on the walls.
The writing was. I haven't even said which one.
But you're going in chronological order. I know which one you're talking about.
Okay. Jay Ajayi traded to the
thank you.
Philadelphia Eagles.
Missed one.
We didn't miss one. We're going to cover them all, buddy.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, JJ.
Jay Ajayi to the Eagles for a 4th-round pick. What does this do for all parties involved? We'll start with the Eagles.
Boost.
Obviously, the great move. They did not have a running back on the roster. Now
They said
do.
Blunt's still the starter, though, which I find. But it was also Howie Roseman, so.
True. I mean, Blunt will probably be the goal line back, but I don't see him doing much.
He's got
I
the
think
most
Ajayi
content in the league.
do what?
Blunt has the most yards after contact in the league. Here's my
So-
thing. I don't like it. I don't like Ajayi to begin with, but I don't like it because now you're splitting time between two backs who kind of do the same thing.
Who, Blunt and Ajayi?
Yeah.
Jai is much better in the passing game.
I think Ajayi is so much better. Like night and day's difference.
I mean, the passing game, yeah, but like look at his stats, dude. Besides those 3 200-yard games last year, he was not good. He averaged under 4 yards a carry in those games other than that. Plus, his knee. I'm not touching him at all.
that knee thing has been way overblown. How many games has Jay Ajayi missed because of his knee so far in his career? Look it up.
Like
It'll
3 or
take you
4.
2 seconds. It's 0. The answer is 0.
It's none. It's none
This one
since
this year.
his
No, he
college
didn't.
days.
It has
Yes,
not
it
been
did.
because of his knee. It is not because
Yeah.
of his knee.
It was soreness in his knee.
He has missed 0 games because of his knee.
So I'm not Brett. I'm not saying I love Ajayi. I'm just saying that he's an upgrade from LeGarrette Blunt by far for future and right now.
I wouldn't touch him in the future, though. Maybe if I'm an Ajayi owner, I'm excited because now it gives him. He's on a better team. He might score better. He might score more touchdowns because they have. So I was listening to ESPN talking about it, and they said that the Dolphins have had 0 carries inside like the 10-yard line or something like that, and the Eagles have had like 13 or something like that. That's huge. Like when it comes to getting opportunities, which yes, I think Ajayi might get bumps now. I'm selling as soon as he has one good game, and I'm doing it by going, oh, look, he finally went off. Like he's in a good offense. They're going to be in the red zone all the time because I don't trust his production. I don't trust his yards per carry that's overblown, and I don't trust his knee.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. Like, I don't think I'm actively
reason-
selling.
There's a reason he slipped to the 5th round in the real draft. It was his knee to begin with. He's missed practices and games with his knee, and apparently they've been talking about how he's got like mad attitude issues and doesn't get along with coaching staffs. That's what he got left behind last year for it. Gase ripped him apart for it this year. Gase ripped him apart last week because he's not reading holes right and always trying to bust off the big run and not actually going and following his line.
Well, can you blame him? Like the offense has done nothing. I mean, I think he's trying to make something happen.
I don't know. I think it's a very telling sign that a team lets somebody with production like that go for just a 4th-round pick.
But you just said his production was overrated.
I know, but what I'm saying is in the NFL where players like that are valued, we see it all the time where like people don't give like up star players unless they can get everything. And a 1,000-yard rusher with like 8 touchdowns, a 4th-round pick. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta like, doesn't that?
Yeah, I mean,
seem a little
I think-
fishy to you?
I think they took a 4th because running backs are so dispensable. Like you can roll over running backs like crazy. They're very, very replaceable. I don't think I mean, I don't think he's a stud by any means. Like, he's not elite or he's not top 5 in the NFL. It's not like, the Cardinals gave up DJ for a third. For a third.
For me is somewhere in the 9 to 15 running back range in the NFL.
Do you think an NFL team gives that up for a 4th round pick without something being fishy?
I mean, they're gonna buy him for what they can get him, but I also think Gase was just done with him. I think Gase was just take anything for him at this point.
I don't know, dude. I don't think we'll see what happens, but I just don't trust the guy.
So Brett, if you owned Ajayi and we're back to like Dynasty now, and I came to you and I said I wanted him, what would you sell him for? Because obviously you hate him and would probably take anything for him.
No, I wouldn't take. I would take an early second, and I would really hold on to. I would very much hold on to him for a good game and use all this stuff about, hey, Eagles are really good. He's going to be in the red zone all the time. Now he's the pass catcher. He's going to be on the field. Look at Wentz. He's up and coming. The offense is up and coming, and really try to get a first, and I'd be out.
I don't know. I mean, I think he'd be a hold for me.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm rebuilding, I'd probably take a late first for him.
I think if you're rebuilding, you keep him.
Really, because I think his production is going to go up now that he's in Philly. I mean, I think he's going to be the third down guy there too. Like, yeah, I think
he's clearly an upgrade over Smallwood, and he's arguably an upgrade over Blunt.
I think he's an upgrade over Blunt. I'm so off the Blunt thing. I mean, it just seems like every year is the same story with Blunt, but I don't know. So are you guys excited about Kenyon Drake or Damian Williams at all?
Absolutely
possibly for cheap options?
I'm kind of that the beat writer for Miami said that they're really high on Drake and everything. I want to see what he's got, but I don't think he's a feature back. You know what I mean?
Oh, definitely not a feature back at all.
I think he could have, at his best, I think he can have Chris Thompson value.
I don't think he's even had that value.
He's got breakaway speed though. Like, he's not.
So when this past week's Thursday night game, when they were absolutely getting demolished by Baltimore, they pulled him in on the last few drives, and he didn't look that bad. He was making sharp cuts. He had good burst, and he was making people miss. And he's what, 6 feet 220? Like, he's not a small third down guy at all. I like Drake. I kind of have him in multiple leagues. I think actually 4 out of my 6 I have Drake stashed. I bought him everywhere this offseason. I like him. I like his potential. I think they're going to throw him passes now that, Ajayi's he doesn't have to be quote unquote on the field. I like Drake more than I like Williams. But I mean, if you're competing and, you've lost a couple running backs, like if you just lost Zeke, I think definitely Drake could be a decent, cheaper option.
I'd buy that.
But Damian Williams, no, I'm not in on him at all. I mean, I had him. I had him in one league just because.
You have him in one league still too.
Yeah, and just because I picked him up last week because I had an extra roster spot. That was it. I didn't see anything or anything. So
Ajayi last year had played in 15 games, rushed for 1,272 yards, and had 8 touchdowns. Averaged 4.9 yards a carry. He rushed for over 200 yards in 3 of those games. So in 3 games was half of his production.
I mean, yeah, I definitely see your point.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's just this is why it's hard to judge running backs, because stats can be inflated. You know what I mean?
To some extent, I don't think you can say that fully or say that with every single case.
Not fully, but like, I'm just saying, like, yeah, there's dudes who do it consistently, but he also, like, I'm pretty sure he rushed for like less than 70 yards in like half of his games, or less than 60 yards in like half of his. Like, it wasn't. What I'm saying is the discrepancy is very large for me to like buy into him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I think we're pretty. We get that you don't like him.
Yeah, I don't know, man. We'll see what happens. I do like Drake though. Like in the back, I want to see what he does.
Yeah, I hope they use him well. I hope they don't just pound him into the line and kind of screw him over. I really hope that doesn't happen.
They said that they liked his ability to break one on any given play, which like this is why I think he's more like a Chris Thompson because he is like that, and he's not a bad pass catcher out of the backfield. Like
who, Drake? No,
yeah.
he's a great catcher out of that.
His time at Bama, he was really good there too. Like he's not. I do not think that he's a feature back.
No, I don't think he is either. But I mean, he's bigger. I think he's stronger than Chris Thompson. He's a lot bigger. I like Drake. You know, hopefully he's just not in such a bad situation where he just kind of gets crapped on and screwed. I hope not. So I feel like we covered that one pretty well. So let's jump to the next one. This one involved your Buffalo Bills giving up a 3rd and a 7th round pick for Kelvin Benjamin.
Both of them not ours.
Whose 3rd was it?
Oh, who did we make that trade with last year?
I don't know. He doesn't know. We'll find out in 5 minutes.
Might be Kansas City's 3rd. And then the 7th is the one we got from trading Cardell to the Chargers.
No, I mean, yeah. So, I mean, 7ths or 7ths. I'm not worried about an early or late 7th. So this one's kind of interesting because it leaves a lot open on the table for Carolina, and I think it opens up the passing game for Buffalo. Matt, what are your thoughts on Benjamin's new spot in Buffalo?
I mean, obviously he steps in the number 1 receiver role there, but
because they didn't have a number 1.
Well, no, they just had 3 number 3s.
Very true. Very true.
And well, I mean,
that's true.
I just don't think he's gonna see. I don't think his situation changes much. I mean, he goes from a team with I don't know what their identity was to a team who's a run first team. Obviously, he's going to be the leader in targets there going forward, but I just don't see him getting more than 7 to 8 targets a week.
Yeah, I don't know. It's funny because he's going to it's a very lateral move for him.
Yeah, I agree.
Do you want to hear my thought?
Offenses are similar. Quarterbacks are similar. Yeah, Brett, let's get your take on this from a Bills fan.
Coming from a Bills fan, and this is going to sound like you guys are going to think that I'm going to be like crazy with my projections and everything. Not even projections, just with my like thoughts on it. But I think you're going to think that I'm very grounded with it after it. So
that made no sense, but
up
okay, keep
summer,
going.
I've been preaching KB in Dynasty gets a bad rap. I've been doing it for like a year now because like when those videos came out of him overweight in training camp and like body catching and all that stuff, like everybody was like, he's awful, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, I wouldn't take him in this round. And I was like, listen, he's still a 900 to 1,000 yard receiver with 8 touchdowns a year while in Carolina. He's getting a bad rap. People are taking players over him that are not 1,000-yard and 8 touchdown receivers. This is while he was in Carolina. I think he was underrated and undervalued. He comes out this year, has an okay year. Funches becomes like a number 1 on that team. He gets bumped to Buffalo. I think what bumping to Buffalo does, it gives him a fresh start. He's definitely going to get way more red zone opportunities. We've been missing a big wide receiver in the red zone. He's going to get more targets just because he's the number 1, and I think he becomes that deep field threat that we lost. He's like he does get down the field for Carolina. I think he'll get down the field for Buffalo. When we traded away Sammy, we lost our deep field threat, and I think that kind of is what the staff has realized, and they're sitting there like, okay, Tyrod did have one of the best deep balls in the league. He just hasn't been able to throw it because his receivers aren't getting down the field. You know what I mean? The major thing I will have to say is that it comes down to Tyrod. Tyrod has been labeled like a game manager and doesn't like to take chances. Benjamin doesn't win with route running. He's going to be covered on a lot of his routes. Tyrod has to trust him and get his trust to throw the 50-50 ball up and know that he's either going to come down with it or bat it away. That's what Benjamin is. He's a 50-50 contested catch player. I don't know if Tyrod is the type of quarterback to take those kind of chances from everything I've seen for the past 2 years. So it's going to come down to if Tyrod and KB build that type of trust and relationship, I feel like.
Well, I mean, even when Sammy was there, did you guys really use him? Did you utilize his downfield abilities?
When Sammy was healthy, Tyrod tossed him the deep ball like 3 or 4 times a game, and they would connect on like 50-yard touchdowns. The thing was, Sammy won all of his deep balls on route running. He could easily cut in and real quick cut it back upfield, and he was going to be by the defender. That's not KB. Tyrod's going to have to toss it up where KB's got the cornerback on his back and trust him to go up and make a play.
Well, here's my question. Why trade Sammy in the first place? I mean, it seems like they're kind of changing their minds. Like
they're worried about injury. I don't think they thought that he was going to come back. I don't think they thought that he had the work ethic that they wanted as a team. This team is all about work ethic. The Bills, it's all about work ethic and culture.
So you go trade for a guy who battles weight issues, and that makes a lot of sense.
he came into camp at like 275.
All I'm saying is I do a lot of criticizing the Bills, and this whole year I was like, they're just building me up to let me down. I'm kind of buying in on this year making the playoffs, and I trust Brandon Beane and McDermott. They've made a lot of great moves, and Beane and McDermott know him from their time in Carolina. So I'm gonna put my faith in my GM and my coach and think that this is going to be a good move.
I just don't understand going from Sammy Watkins and thinking, nah, I'd rather have Kelvin Benjamin or Jordan Matthews, however you want to phrase that. I'd so much rather have Watkins. I don't know. Is it just because Watkins he's a top 10 talent, a top 10 wide receiver talent in the NFL.
Is he top 10 on LA right now?
No, but that's not the same.
If my aunt had a dick, she'd be my uncle. To pull out Jason's favorite argument.
All I'm saying is I don't know how we got the Sammy thing. I do think Sammy's elite talent. I love him, but I don't think that he was going to continue to be a Buffalo Bill. That's all I'm saying. And his injuries were worrisome. I'm not going to lie.
I don't know. I just don't see it.
He never played a full season except his rookie year.
How many seasons is that?
I'd rather have 12 games of Sammy Watkins than 16 games of Kelvin Benjamin. Just saying.
All I'm saying is we're talking about the now. We're talking about the KB move, and I like it.
So was Sammy hurt when you guys traded him?
He was just coming back off an injury. We traded him after the week 2 preseason, his first game back in like 8 months.
Regardless, at the end of the day, this is nothing for KB. It does nothing. He's the same thing.
It's a lateral move. I think he's still a low-end wide receiver 3.
Here's what
I think that's false. I think he's a high-end wide receiver 3.
I think he's
a wide receiver 2. He's a wide receiver 3.
I think
he's 3. I don't think he gets the volume to be a 2.
Here are my top 3 beneficiaries from this right now. Top 4. Jordan Matthews because
top 10. Name the top 10 while you're at it.
Jordan Matthews does not benefit from this. Jordan Matthews is doing nothing this year.
Jordan Matthews gets the underneath routes that he likes to play.
Jordan Matthews is droppable in redraft leagues. Droppable.
Who's talking about redraft?
No, I'm just making a point. He can do nothing the rest of the year. He's doing nothing the rest of the year.
I actually agree with Brett. I do think this opens up the underneath stuff for Jordan Matthews.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Okay.
It doesn't because they're not.
Okay, no. Go ahead. Trash my Bills one more time.
I'm not trashing your Bills. I'm trashing his target volume. He's not going to get targets. And the underneath stuff is run by the tight ends and McCoy. I just don't he's not going to get the targets.
Our tight end's currently injured.
I don't care who it is.
That's not okay.
I don't care if it's Logan Thomas playing.
I think it bumps Matthews because I think he gets underneath routes and is able to get open and win with what he normally wins with.
With one hand?
3, I think that this benefits Tyrod and gives him a better red zone weapon and a possession receiver.
Well, obviously, it gives him a number 1 receiver to throw to.
Yep. 2, I think this benefits the Bills' run game.
That was your number 2.
No, I said 3.
He's counting down in reverse, apparently.
Okay.
2,
right.
I think it helps the Buffalo Bills' run game because he's a decent blocker and it gives us a big boy on the edge to set the edge for like a big boy wide receiver on the edge to help Shady out. And 1, what this really does for fantasy and dynasty is people need to take a hard look at Curtis Samuel.
All right, we're jumping from interesting. So why you need to expand that? Ugh, I can't talk. Expand on the Samuel.
KB's gone. Carolina has made a conscious effort and has stated that they want to get their fast, skilled guys on the field that they think can make plays. Do you think they would have traded KB if they didn't have faith in Samuel, who they took 8th overall in the second round this year at pick 40?
They haven't seen Samuel at all.
I think this opens up for Samuel. I think he's going to get more opportunities. I think that they like what he brings to the table. I would not be surprised if we coming forward saw Samuel be the number 3 targeted person on that team without Olsen being hurt right now.
So I'll give you my take on Curtis. I'll give you my take on Curtis Samuel. I think he was overdrafted, overrated, and I think he's going to be nothing. So here's why. He's not a receiver, and he's not really a running back. He's like a worse Ty Montgomery for me.
So he's basically Percy Harvin / Tavon Austin.
Correct.
Percy Harvin
he's not going to be a receiver. He has no catch radius. His hands aren't that great. I question his route running. He doesn't have a very good high point ability because he's not a receiver. I just don't understand. I don't know. I don't know why they took McCaffrey and Samuel. I can see if you draft one and not the other, but not both. I don't understand. I think their offense is going to go down. I think Funchess sucks. I don't think he's that good. I think he's soft.
I think he's still learning the position. I think Funchess has played better this year. He's still learning the position. I mean, he was a college tight end.
I was going to say that. I think he has played better.
I'm not a Funchess fan. I don't see it. I mean, whether or not you're learning.
You're just trashing everybody right now.
I'm not trashing anybody. I agree with your Jordan Matthews take. I'm just saying I didn't like
such a trash take.
I'm just saying I did not like Funchess or Samuel coming out. Either one.
That's fair to say. I think Samuel is going to produce, but I think they're going to give him a hard look this year and see what they got.
But I don't care about the third target in Carolina. I don't care about them. They're an end of the bench stash at this point. You're never going to start them.
I'm not excited about any Carolina offensive guy.
I think Christian McCaffrey.
I think Curtis Samuel could be. How do I phrase this right without you guys fucking? Oh, whoops! Without you guys roasting me.
I don't know, Mr. Zach Ertz, second round startup.
You can roast me anyways. I think Curtis Samuel, if put in the right position with the targets,
he's not in the right position.
Could be a poor man's Tyreek Hill.
I knew you were going to say that. And when you said about you guys going to trash me this, I knew you were going Tyreek Hill. He's not even close to Tyreek Hill.
He's not. I was wrong on Tyreek Hill. I thought he was going to regress. Tyreek Hill is very, very good.
You'll be wrong on Curtis Samuel, too.
Okay. I mean, that's fair. I mean, everybody has their own opinion. I just don't think Samuel's going to have any room to operate because he's behind McCaffrey, the tight end, which Olsen's probably going to come back around week 12. Funchess, even though I don't like him, they're still going to throw him the ball because who else are going to throw to right now? And then Cam Newton running. I mean, you can't ignore that.
It's not a passing team. That's the whole thing.
Not at all.
A passing team.
And you know what's sad? The running game isn't even that great to open up the passing game.
Did you know Christian McCaffrey is third in the league in receptions? Third.
Yeah, with 40
46.
48, 40.
46.
Yeah, high 40s. I mean, in PPR leagues, that's money.
He's going to break it easy.
Oh, I think he'll break 100 for sure.
The rookie record's 101.
What's the running back record? Isn't it like 102?
I don't know. It's the 49ers.
I think it was Matt Forte, wasn't it?
Oh yes, it was Forte.
It was Forte 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, regardless.
I digress.
I digress.
You know what? I quit.
Brett,
Yeah,
can I have
'cause
some of your popcorn?
Your takes are garbage tonight, Brett.
I will say we don't have any sponsors yet, but I'm just gonna endorse Smart Foods white cheddar popcorn.
No, I would totally back that. Frito-Lay, come give us a sponsor.
Yeah, come on. You don't even have to give us anything. I'm just gonna
Actually,
promote
you have to give us something. It's popcorn.
Pay our recording fee of $16 a month.
First of all, it's $24.
Oh God! All right, yeah, pay our $24 and give us like 3 bags of white cheddar, like one for each of us a month, and we're good. Like that's all you got to do. Come seek me out. Hit me up on Twitter.
Wait, your personal account or your football account?
No, we don't talk about that.
Why not? At Dirty Birdie 10, give him a follow request because he's private. Do we have any trades to talk about? I'm not looking at the.
I want to punch you. I wish I could punch through the screen and like hit you in the face.
Please do.
Like that Soulja Boy song, "Kiss Me Through the Phone." You want to punch him through the phone?
Punch me through the phone.
I understand what you're saying, but I really hate your face. Change it.
Hey, there's just something about your face.
Yeah,
makes me want to punch you right in the suck hole.
Yeah, we got it. Step Brothers references.
Papa!
Well, my line was right. So
Riley, you were like 12 when the movie came out.
I don't care. It's my favorite movie of all time.
I thought Schindler's List was.
No, it's The Boy in Striped Pajamas.
All right, I've never seen Schindler's List, but I have seen the second one.
Oh, that's the terrible ending of that movie.
Okay, so time out. It's not a movie that I watched, with my friends on a Saturday night. I was sitting in class one day and they made us watch it. I was in like fifth grade.
Did they stream it off of Netflix? Did they stream it off of Netflix?
I don't think Netflix was even a thing when I was 11.
If we're getting on this topic, I had the OG Netflix where you like looked on the computer through the DVD.
Yeah.
That was the OG Netflix.
Dude, speaking of Netflix, I found my new favorite show.
Is it Big Head?
No.
Big Mouth?
I had never seen.
Yes.
Big Mouth is.
You guys
Big Mouth is funny. My wife even likes that show. Likes Natty Bocup.
It's literally you as a kid. Like
it's literally you yesterday.
Are you talking about me?
No, yes.
Are you talking about Brett? Because
no, we're talking about you.
Talking about in general. The general public can relate to that.
I don't even know what we're talking about anymore.
All right, what's next?
Do we have any more trades? We do have some news that just broke about an hour before we started tonight. Josh Gordon is reinstated conditionally. He has to be clean and basically not do anything stupid. And he can practice week 12 and he can play week 13.
I can't wait to use him in Madden again.
Yeah, because that's on top of everyone's priority list.
Dude, I love Josh Gordon.
He's still only 26 years old. I saw that on Twitter.
He's so young.
He's younger than Juju.
What?
I'm just kidding. Everybody says how young Juju is, and then everybody talks about how young Gordon is.
He's like 26, so
he's not younger than Juju.
Younger than Josh Dotson.
I know that. I'm looking at
better
you.
He's younger than Josh Dotson or Cooper Kupp.
All right, whatever.
That was a horrible joke. Moving on.
I thought his rights were going to get traded, by the way, at the deadline.
Not without a destination or not without some clarity about what was going on with him.
I really thought that New England was going to trade for Martavis Bryant too.
You thought who was going to trade for Bryant?
New England.
Not a chance. He's not a Belichick player.
Really? Because Randy Moss was kind of a not nice person, and they turned him into a good weapon.
Not nice person? I don't think Moss and Bryant are comparable in that sense.
We did miss a trade, by the way. We missed the Dwayne Brown trade.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about the left tackle leagues?
It does have fantasy relevance.
Okay, then let's.
So the Seahawks run game goes from absolutely horrible to
kind of horrible.
Goes to meh.
No,
they had like 6 rushing yards from their running backs this last week.
What I think it really improves is Wilson's pass game.
So he's going to throw for 500 yards this week?
Okay. I'm sorry that not every week's a shootout. I knew that was going to come the week after he threw for 480 yards or whatever. But I think it does shore it up a little bit so his receivers can get through the routes without him getting, thrown around in the pocket.
So here's a question that we just kind of bounced off of. Out of all the Seattle running backs, if you had to roster one at their respective prices, who are you taking?
Precise.
Brett, are you taking Rawls or Precise? Because I figured it's one of the two. Nobody's taking Lacey.
Actually,
or Chris Carson.
I'll take J.D. McKissick.
Oh.
I picked him up for a hot second and then dropped him.
I think everybody did.
I saw a blurb on Rotoworld today that said Lacey's going to have a significant role this week.
Yeah,
probably for the.
I think they meant to say roll as in like a roll, like a buttery roll.
Yeah, yeah.
They're just gonna have a significant. He's gonna have a significant role in McDonald's bringing Szechuan sauce back.
Thanks.
So for me, it's either Precise or Rawls, and I know that Rawls hasn't looked great, but he's such a physical runner, and he's got some burst to him. I like Rawls. If you can get him for cheap, I would definitely go out and acquire him. And then everybody knows Precise is my boy. I think if he can ever stay healthy.
Long term, I want Chris Carson.
See, I'm not buying into the Chris Carson thing.
I am.
Not at all.
Then why would you buy into the Rawls thing? If you bought into the Rawls thing, it's literally what Rawls did just a couple years later. That's what Chris Carson's doing.
No, listen, Brett. So I liked Rawls. After I saw him, I like his running style. I like how he plays. I like his body type. I like him. Carson, I'm not too big on. I don't see how that's so difficult that I can like a player and not like another player. I mean, I don't understand.
I don't understand how I can like one half of your face and not like the other half.
That doesn't even make any sense.
You're like Two-Face.
This is the worst podcast we've done so far.
I agree. I think this is awful. I think we lost.
You're awful.
We lost all 26 of our listeners.
Oh God, we lost 4 followers. What am I going to do?
I'm shocked we had that many.
We should have more. I'm entertaining.
Yeah, where's your costume at this week?
I came from the gym. Look, I'm a sweaty gym jerk. Actually, no. I'll hook you up real quick. For all you that waited this long, this is your reward.
No one's. Oh, yeah, it's the pickle costume. I already saw it.
Matt, what do you want to talk about?
I don't know. What were we talking about? Dwayne Brown.
Brett wanted to talk about Dwayne Brown.
Yeah,
I turned myself into a pickle, Morty. I'm Pickle Rick.
Anyways, so
life is too short to be caught up between reality and non-reality. What more do you want from me, Morty? I turned myself into a pickle, and 9/11 was an inside job.
This is not good. This is horrible.
Anyways,
Riley, you don't get it because you don't watch All right, I'm done. I quit.
So, Josh Gordon, are you buying Josh Gordon at all?
Not at all. If I can sell Gordon for a third, I'm taking it.
I'm buying
selling.
him for a third.
I'm selling Gordon. I'm
buying
tired.
him for a third. My life goal is to disagree with Riley at every point possible.
I have Gordon one league that I traded for, like, I think it was Keenan Allen and 2 firsts and Josh Gordon. So
he was your throw-in. Like,
Yeah.
that's fine. I understand that.
But I wanted Josh Gordon, so don't get me wrong. I wanted him. This was last year, like right before he was supposed to come back. I traded for him and then didn't come back because apparently he was doing promethazine.
I don't think he does anything. I'd be shocked if he even produced at the same level, even like half of the level that he did 2 years ago.
Do you think he plays for the Browns? Because they said they can still trade his rights once he comes back, or they could just release. They couldn't trade him. They could just release him.
Oh, I think
I
he
honestly, I don't know.
And he goes to New England.
Why would they cut him?
Because they just want to deal with him.
I mean, that's understandable, but why keep him this long? And then once he's
Because they
reinstated,
couldn't cut him when he was suspended. I don't think.
Hugh Jackson said last year that he was going to cut him. He just never came back.
I don't know. I think they could get something out of him.
They're going to cut him.
Whether it be
New England's going to pick him up.
They can't trade him though. The trade deadline's already passed.
Yep.
So it's either keep him.
He walks after this
for the
year.
last 4 games of the year, or just cut him.
He walks after this year.
Is this his last year on his deal?
I have no idea
last
what's
year
going on with his contract.
Yeah, I know.
See,
I know.
I don't even know. Like, it's such a
I know.
cloudy.
I think it's his last year, but I think there's something in there about like he has to play so many games in order for it
Your
to
contract doesn't total unless you play. I think it's half the season because that's why Dwayne Brown came back last week.
So then, no, he would be with the Browns next year then because it wouldn't make it.
So what do you guys, if you're buying, what are you paying for him right now?
Second.
You're paying a
Wow,
second?
you're higher than me.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's impressive. Usually I'm the one with the hot takes.
I don't know, dude.
I love Josh Gordon. I'm just smitten by
I do
the
too. I'm
2014
just impressed
season.
because like they're just the risk and all over the years. You know what I mean?
Are you not worried that he's an idiot and then he'll get suspended again?
But it's a late second. Like I understand that much, but like, so who went late second this year?
Deshaun Watson.
Joe Williams. Should I have Joe Williams or Josh Gordon?
I mean, obviously, I think I'd rather have Gordon.
Then there you go.
Yeah.
I'd so much rather have a late second.
Would you rather have Marlon Mack or Josh Gordon?
Marlon Mack. I would so much rather have Mack. 100%.
I think it's a toss-up.
He's gonna get cut, and he's gonna get picked up by New England.
He's not going to what? He's not going to New England. He's not going to New England.
They picked up Malcolm Floyd last year. He won a Super Bowl. Yes.
Malcolm Floyd.
Or
Michael
Floyd.
Michael Floyd.
I'm off with my names today, dude.
Michael Floyd at least has some talent, minorly.
Josh Gordon? Josh Gordon's got
no. Yes. Both, but he's not going to New England.
We shall see. If he does, I will bet you my signed Christian
Pulisic picture that he does not go to New England.
What do I have to give up?
Nothing.
Deal.
All right, so I pulled up one of my rookie drafts from early June. So would you rather have a late second or Josh Gordon? I'm going to name some players. Would you rather have Chris Godwin went 210? Would you rather have Godwin?
Great pick at 210. I'd rather have Godwin.
Thank you. That was my pick.
Whose draft is this?
This is a league with a lot of really good people.
What league was this?
This is Ameritrade. This is with Dynasty Professor, Chris Chung, FF Dynasty 101.
This was the draft we had to pick. We had to pick picks during the draft. That doesn't count.
What is picking picks during the draft? What does that matter?
Nothing. Just I was just mad.
Okay. Josh Reynolds or Josh Gordon?
Josh Gordon.
Tywan Taylor or Josh Gordon? That's an interesting one.
Josh Gordon.
I'd rather have Taylor. I think for sure it's Taylor. What about Carlos Henderson?
Josh Gordon.
Josh Gordon. Yeah.
Cooper. What about Cooper Kupp?
Cooper Kupp.
Well, he was a late third. Kenny Galladay. Kenny Galladay.
Kenny Galladay.
The top 20.
I'm talking Kenny.
I think he's a great buy low right now. By the way,
Yeah.
if you can buy him low right now,
can you imagine if you sold him in like week 1? After week 1, if you sold him and got a mid first, how happy you are right now?
mm-hmm.
You're ecstatic.
I don't know. So I guess I'm not a believer in Gordon at all.
And that's fine. That's probably 85% of the dynasty community. So
That's true. There's a very small group of people who love him and have probably kept him for the last 2.5 to 3 years.
The only reason I did it is just because I didn't have the bench space to keep him.
If you really loved him, Brett, you'd find the space.
I was going to say something mean, but I didn't. You're lucky.
Really say it, because you've been an ass all night.
No. You've been roasting me all night. I hate you.
So Riley, what's your take on Kaiser after the Browns just tried to trade for AJ McCarron?
And botched it.
So the Browns issue, they don't give anybody enough time to develop and grow into the starting quarterback role.
Or their coaches.
No one gives the quarterbacks enough time.
They don't give them anything. I'm pretty sure they don't even give them a playbook.
I mean, probably not. I thought Kaiser had a decent chance to, grow this year and learn the offense, and I mean, at least show what he had. But Hughes running checkdowns every single play, and
they put Kevin Hogan in.
Yeah, and they benched him for like 3 or 4 games in a row. They just pulled him.
I mean, they're going to suck no matter who they play. They might as well play Kaiser and see what he has.
Exactly. Play the guy who you're trying to who's got some potential.
Kessler and Hogan have no potential. They're backup quarterbacks at best.
I don't even think they're backups.
I said at best.
I think they're third stringers.
I think Kessler is a low-grade backup, but other than that, not much.
I like Kessler more than Hogan. Hogan's a backup. Hogan's not a backup.
Hogan's he's a rich man's Tim Tebow.
Ugh. And that speaks volumes. It sucks though. I wish they'd put more weapons around Kaiser. I wish
Josh Gordon.
Sure. I mean, Gordon's better than Kenny Britt.
Yeah, that's yeah. Ugh.
No way. Sorry. I really thought that we were gonna get to I wasn't gonna be able to see like the first couple innings of the World Series Game 7, and it's only the bottom of the first.
Okay.
Sorry. You know what? Sue me, Riley. Sue me.
What did I say? Well, I don't know. Brett's on his period.
Tired of your attitude
To
today.
all the listeners. He has been in such a bad mood this evening.
sick of it, okay? You know what, Dad? I've had a lot to do today. School was tough.
And at this point, we've lost everybody. Do you guys have anything else you want to talk about, or you just want to wrap this shit show up?
There were some other players who didn't get traded. I mean, we can briefly touch on. Are you buying Juju anywhere?
No. I'm selling him. Selling him so hard.
Oh, I'm not buying him for his value. I'm waiting for him to have a good game.
But do you like his talent at all? Do you like him as a player at all?
Yes.
I'll give it to Juju. He looks better than he did on his college tape right now. He's put on weight. He's playing quicker. That's for sure. But I'm still not buying in, because what if Roethlisberger up and retires at the end of this year?
QB or get Kirk Cousins.
Then you're stuck with Dobbs if you don't sign anybody.
I bet you if he retires, they sign Kirk Cousins.
Brett and his crystal balls.
Listen, I'm not Rich Dodson over here with my crystal balls.
What is it, 24/7 Sports? Crystal ball predictions?
No, but all I'm saying is that when Roethlisberger leaves,
Matt, you want some of this?
oh
Thanks.
my gosh, when Roethlisberger leaves, I don't trust I don't trust the court. And if they sign, like a Bradford or somebody, then sure. Then I could see him being a wide receiver 3, possibly. But I'm not.
I'll tell you what, I didn't think he had the speed that he's been showing off.
That's what I'm saying. He's playing a lot quicker than he did at USC.
That 97-yard touchdown, I really thought that he was going to get caught like 3 times.
He almost did inside the 10.
Yeah, he almost. I think somebody missed a tackle. Somebody like dove after his ankles and they missed him. But I mean, anyways, I've seen the polls on Twitter where people would rather have like 50, 55, 60% of people are saying they take Juju over Jarvis Landry. Like, no.
No, I'm not doing that either.
No way.
I'm sure Landry about to be out of Miami.
Ryan McDowell put one out, Juju or Sammy Watkins, and I'm pretty sure Juju won that one. And I know that's what I'm saying. If
this is a Sammy week, by the way. This is a Sammy week.
You know what we should do at the end of each show? I've been thinking about this. We should give like a couple DFS players at the end of each show.
All right, let's do it. I'm pretty sure Matt's a Sammy. Brett's is going to be Tyrod, Kelvin, Jordan Matthews, and LaShawn McCoy.
We're talking about for the main slate. That doesn't count. They're playing Thursday night.
Yeah, we're talking about the Sunday.
I'm just saying on a regular night. I was just saying in general. Well, I got to pull it up now.
Wait, Tyrod is a solid streaming QB option.
Todd Gurley must play this week. Todd Gurley must play.
Orleans Darkwa.
No, they're playing from behind all game.
Against your trash ass running D.
You know who I really like?
They're going to be behind.
You know who I seem to have in almost every one of my daily lineups every single week is Tevin Coleman.
Ugh.
I don't know why. I really like him.
Last week he had a good week.
T.Y. Hilton.
He's so cheap.
T.Y.
Hilton's
Hilton.
too inconsistent for me.
No, Hilton this week. I'm talking this week. Hilton this week is 4,900, and he's playing Houston.
And squeaky wheel gets the grease.
I think D.D. Westbrook is a nice long shot this week.
We call those dart throws. In the biz. Dart throws.
I said long. It's the same thing.
You got to use right jargon.
I don't care.
I'm playing Marlon Mack in DFS this week. Marlon Mack.
Oh, that's a good one. I got Funches in my lineup this week. I'm not gonna lie.
My lineup so far, at this point, at this juncture, is Drew Brees, Todd Gurley, Marlon Mack, Ted Ginn, Hopkins, Sammy Watkins, Gerald Everett, Deshaun Jackson, Chiefs defense.
Hey, you play on DraftKings, right?
Yes, sir.
We should do one of those ones where we can do our own leagues and play each week and then see who won.
Okay.
I'll do it.
Let's do it. That'd be fun. Make it like a quarter league or something.
Here's one of mine this week. I've got Jared Goff, Tevin Coleman, Christian McCaffrey, Mike Evans, DeAndre Hopkins. I've got D.D. Westbrook in there, Austin Hooper, Travis Kelce, and the Raiders defense.
What is up with a double tight end?
Yeah, I don't like that. I changed mine a lot leading up to kickoff, but right now I got Dak, Darkwa, Miller.
I'd take out Darkwa right now.
I'd take out Miller too.
Demaryius Thomas, Cameron Brate, DeAndre Hopkins, Eagles D.
I don't mind Miller this week because they're playing Indy, so I don't mind that one at all.
I had to save money somewhere, you know what I mean? Like I had to save money somewhere. With Darkwa.
I think Jimmy Graham's a decent tight end throw this week against the Redskins linebackers.
Yeah.
I think that one's a decent one.
I think it's Swearinger.
All right. We wrapping this thing up? Because I got to pee.
Guys, I only drank 4 beers.
Not 6. He told us he's going to do 6. He messed up.
Lightweight.
I drank 16. I drank 16 on Saturday.
16. Was that how many came after Penn State lost?
Hey, that's as old as Riley is.
I think 10.
False, but okay. 10 were afterwards.
Yeah. I was having a Halloween party at my house, so
I'm getting antsy.
All right, well, since Brett runs the show and apparently runs life in general,
I have ADHD.
If you guys have not already, please leave us a rate and review on iTunes.
Not this episode, though.
I was gonna say, if you do that, listen to the first few. Listen to last week's episode. That was a good one. This one, we just kind of bounced around some thoughts. Some better than others.
Yeah, all of mine great.
All of yours were great. So yeah, if you haven't, leave us a rate and review for a chance to appear on the show with us. Follow our pod account on Twitter at the 3 Cone Pod. You can follow Matt at Fat Mormon. You can follow Brett at Dynasty Brett, and you can follow myself at DTC_Riley B. Thank you for listening, and we'll be back next week. See ya.
#Tutties.